Welcome to another episode of Alicia's Delicious Dishes. Today is Waffle Board Wednesday because every single day has to have an alliterated theme. I think she forgot that she had to open the box and she just put the mixture into the bowl. Oh, she's just remembered. Now, we're not making waffles from fresh because we've got to make life as difficult as possible and spend as much money as possible and have as much waste as possible because that's how it works in the Doherty Dozen house. So today she's using 3 boxes instead of the usual 2 because she said 2 didn't seem like quite enough. She doesn't mean enough waffles for the kids. She means enough to fill up the massive shittity boards for her photos on Instagram. So first you just dump the mixture into a bowl. You don't use like a sieve or anything like that because we love lumps. We love lumps in the Doherty Dozen house. Then you just add water and then just whisk it around with this cement mixer. Don't take any care to get the lumps out of the batter because we like it to look like lumpy cement. Now, any sensible person might think that bowl's not big enough for 3 boxes of the mix, so why not use that bowl that's right there to the left of her? Yeah, she's got it now. Why not use that for mixing a bowl in? Oh, it doesn't matter. You can just mix it all in one and then pour some in the other. Because we don't like our boxes to be like evenly mixed or anything like that. Now, it's not quite unhealthy enough, so we're adding some food dye in. Got to make sure the kids are nice and hyper for the day. Ah, that's better, Lishy. It looks delicious now. Like a bowl of blood with batter lumps that looks like hematomas. I can't wait to see the finished item. Nothing says Easter Waffle Wednesday than waffles that looks like a giant scab. Now she's using a favourite ingredient that she uses in every meal, and it's this spray oil. This is the first time I've seen her using it appropriately. Well done, Lishy, I'm proud of you. And now she's putting the batter into the waffle makers. Please note that it's 5:05 a.m. She says she gets the kids at 6 a.m. So she's timing it just perfect for the waffles to be nice and freezing and rubbery for when they get up. So while the cold scabs are cooking, she's getting the dinners ready. So I'm presuming she made these pizzas yesterday because they look all congealed and disgusting. Obviously cutting them up and putting them in those pizza containers there.
On Wednesdays, and then my kids want to buy lunch because it's pizza, and I'm like, I am not paying $3 for you to buy this literal piece of pizza. You can bring it from home where it costs like 10 cents.
Did you fucking hear that? So she'll spend like $32,000 a month on candy and sugar, but she won't let them buy a pizza from school that's already warm and freshly cooked. Make it make sense.
Let's wipe the counter first.
Yeah, let's wipe the counter down first. With this dirty rag that she cleans every fucking thing with, floor, toilet, fucking kitchen sides, anything you can think of, she uses the same fucking cloth. And not a cleaning product in sight to be used, just a bit of water. So the side's still wet and like supposedly clean. Then she grabs these dirty fucking lunchboxes off the floor where the dogs and kids roam all day. So they're full of like dust and hair and whatever else. And puts them on the side that she's just wiped. What's the fucking point of wiping it then? And who fucking stores lunchboxes on a dirty floor? Especially when you've got pets. And 13 people living in that house. Absolutely fucking minging. So here she is, adding the other stuff that's relatively healthy. Like, I think the applesauce pots or something. Yogurts and celery sticks. And here's a clip I found of her on a previous video of emptying the lunchboxes when they come home. And nothing's been fucking touched. I had to slow it down because she did this really quickly. So I think she was trying to hide it. But presumably all of that has to go in the bin. So why put it in the first place? You know they're not going to fucking eat it. It's just a waste of money and a waste of fucking food. Anyway, let's get back to the cooking class. So she's just fastening up the embarrassing lunchboxes with the names on, because every 18-year-old needs the name on the lunchbox in Comic Sans. And puts them back on the dirty floor. Why not?
These grapes that I got at Walmart this week are so good. Like, probably the best grapes I've ever had.
Yeah, probably because you've never eaten a grape before. You normally just use them to decorate your pictures for your Instagram. Oh, for fuck's sake, now it's time to make these cat turd sausages. Does anybody actually eat these things? They look fucking horrendous. Microwaved cat shit. Fucking yummy. She's still making waffles because she needs like 120 to fill the massive shittity board. Speaking of which, she's gone to get it now, off the floor, yeah. She keeps it on the floor, next to the dirty outside coast. Just puts it there, like she doesn't clean it or anything. So it's stored on the floor, where they have 3 large breed dogs roaming freely. So they're definitely covered in fur, hair, dust, fleas, dog spit, because you know they're fucking licking them because they've got remnants of yesterday's food on it because she never fucking cleans them. Absolutely fucking minging. Now she's putting the waffles and giant scabs onto this salmonella board. No wonder the kids are always fucking ill, you know. Yeah, that's it, Lishy. Make sure you touch the food as much as possible because there's probably not quite enough germs on that to make sure the kids are sick over Easter break. Now put these best grapes in the world on the board. If they're the best grapes in the world, why are you putting them on that board? Because you know that way they're never going to get fucking eaten. Why don't you just give them straight to the chicken so at least someone can enjoy them? So she chopped up more chicken food. Sorry, I mean fruit. Put that on the board to make it look all pretty. And now she's adding the cat shit to make it look less pretty.
Alright, that was it for today. Breakfast and lunch.
Woo! So that's 5:30 and she gets the kids up in another half an hour. So yeah, bet it's going to be lovely that. Speaking of lovely, let's look at what she had for dinner that night. Look at that. So for breakfast they had cat shit. And for tea they had cat vomit. That's supposed to be chicken and rice casserole. Look at the fucking state of that. Have you ever seen something more disgusting? Don't even think it's cooked. Salmonella casserole. Okay, so moving on to another alliterated themed day. This time it's Tuesday tutorial and she's making vegetable soup because everyone needs a tutorial on vegetable soup. I could sum it up in about 10 seconds. Chop up whatever veg you want, put in some water and some stock cubes and boil it up till it's cooked. But why say that when you could make a 30-minute video about it and put in like 20 mid-roll ads? Gotta make that cash dollar. Now you see here, she's following a recipe. Or I say she's following a recipe. She's got a recipe. She keeps checking it. And then she keeps saying like, but instead of this, I'll put in this. Instead of that, I'm doing that. I'm not putting in this, I'm putting in that. Why bother printing it out, you dickhead? So here she's explaining that she bought cucumber instead of zucchini. Fair enough, we all make mistakes. But instead of putting that cucumber into the salad that she's making anyway, to go alongside the soup, she's chopping up the cucumber to put in a soup. Cucumber in vegetable soup is just going to be like fucking slime. So we've got the cucumber, now we're doing the onion.
One of those fancy chopper thingies where you just go boop and it cuts the onion. I don't know, I'm old fashioned, okay? I just like chopping it. I like it. It's like calming for me to just like cut vegetables the old fashioned way.
Yeah, it might be calming for you, but it's stressful as fuck to us watching. You need to take some knife lessons because you look like you're going to chop off a finger at any second. Now she's chopping up the broccoli, but she's wasting most of it. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but it looks like she's just using like a tiny bit of the dark green stuff and wasting the rest. Now she's putting the broth into the soup pot. I'm amazed she's actually using a soup pot instead of using that stupid crock pot thing she always uses.
Now, some people put beans in their vegetable soup for protein, but I'm not going to add beans. I like beans in my soup, my vegetable soup.
Yeah, I don't know why she's bothering with the fucking recipe because she's just putting whatever she wants in it and missing out whatever she wants in it. She's not putting beans in it. Beans is not the only thing missing from this video, if you've noticed. I'll give you a clue. Yeah, the fringe is missing. I actually like the fringe, by the way. I know that she said she had to get a fringe or Botox, but genuinely, I don't think she needs Botox. If you look at her face, she's not that wrinkly. She just looks like a haggard witch. That's what makes her look older. I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm just saying, like, drink some more water and have an apple, and you'll look all right. You don't need Botox or a stupid fringe. Did you see there, Joshy walking in the background? She's probably ordered him to walk in at some point while she's filming just to prove that he's not left her. So at this point we're up to now, she's added some carrots. And now she's adding potatoes. And now more broth. Lastly, she's adding tomatoes. They were supposed to be for the chickens, but she thought she'd throw them into the soup instead. She added the rest of the Italian seasoning that she had because, you know, who needs measurements? Next she's adding a bit of salt. Brings it to the boil and lets it simmer. And there you go. Now you know how to make vegetable slime soup. Don't forget to serve it with pasta, to which you've added a full packet of butter and a bag of ready-made salad. Don't forget to show your husband at the end to make sure everybody knows that he's still there. And Bob's your uncle. Tuesday tutorial done. I hope you've learned something today on Alicia's Delicious Dishes. And thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.